welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty and welcome to the 2023 Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup round number 2. Tonight we are at Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta, and we are again in the Group 4 cars, and I have to put in a solid performance if I want to move up the rankings. So I have got a double header for you. Stick around, check it out. Quick reminder for those point rankings, where am I standing? Well, I am first in my state, second in the U.S., but overall, I'm in 5th for Alfa Romeo with a paltry 217 points. That's not bad, but it's not good enough to, get up there in the top 50 in the region if I really want to. So I'm going to have to put in something a little bit better to try and get myself a little higher up in the ranks. I think I'm sitting around 102 right now. I'd like to move that up into the top 100 if at all possible. So lobby opens up, good lobby. Again, got to put in that good qualifier. So we get out there, and the first thing I notice is the wind direction, and it is pushing directly behind in the S's, the downhill S's, which is not good. This could be a strong point for the Alfa Romeo with its turning ability. So I was a little upset with that wind direction. I was like, oh, I don't like it. Plus, it's a headwind for this poor little Alfa Romeo on the back straight, and this Alfa needs all the help it can get when it comes to straight line speed. So come into the downhill S's here at Road Atlanta, and I'm taking it pretty well. I'm going to have to get on the curbing over here on the right and then cut it across there. My right tire should be on that curb if I really take it right. I was being kind of a weenie there, and I just didn't want to put it in the grass. But, sometimes if you want to qualify up front, you got to take some risks. And sometimes I'm just not willing to take those risks, so maybe I need to reevaluate how I do that. Now, coming through the double Dagners there, I don't know what you would call it, double right-handers, the double 90-degree turns. It would probably behoove me to open up a map of Road Atlanta and see if any of these corners actually have a name. But, that would require effort. So anyway, we go through the double right-handers here, come out pretty well, heading down the long back straight, gonna drop the anchor there right after that board on the right before the double line stripes across the road. Throttle it through the right-hander up the hill under the bridge, looking pretty good, feeling okay about the lap. It wasn't a terrible lap, but come across the line and it's a 125.7. Now I can do better than that. I did a 125.3 in the lobby, but was unable to replicate that on my next 2 laps. So start the race in P13. That's not good. That's a lot of work to do. That's a lot of catching up to do in the Alfa, which doesn't have much top end to catch anyone on that long back straight. So gonna need other people to make mistakes for yours truly to be able to catch them and possibly pass them. Now, once I get in front of them, I can usually do all right. I can park it on the apexes and they can't get around me. Usually Alfa's pretty quick through the turns anyway. It's just that back straight. It's just, it just kills me. So again, starting the race here, Alfa not very quick on the accelerations, Group 4 car. And not only that, but you notice how everyone started really close to each other, and I was like about a second back. I'm not really sure what was up with that spacing there at the start of the race, but it really had me starting on the back foot with the other really slow car, the straight. The Porsche came in behind me. But you thought the Alfa had it bad on the straight. You should drive a Porsche. Anyway, need to catch up to Des Bauer here, and I need to get in this. I don't want to. I need to get into a slipstream to be able to survive this race and potentially get any points out of it. As you can see, I'm in the slipstream there. Now watch it. As we go down the straight, it doesn't decrease. It increases by more than 0.2. So they are pulling on me even though I'm in the slipstream. And I had a pretty good exit out of that corner too. It's not like I had a terrible exit. But once I get into the curvy sections, I was able to get deeper into the slipstream. Now here on lap number 2, Outlaw Quadrant in the Lexus goes wide. Des Bauer able to get on by him. Now I've got what I thought was going to be a good enough run to get by him, but man almighty, this little Alfa does not want to chase anyone down on a straight. Unable to even get alongside him enough to even challenge for the position. So I'm like, well, maybe the Lexus can pull me up here to the group. So again, good exit out of the right-hander. Look at this. Pull it on me on the straight yet again. You can just watch the differential between his car and my car just continue to increase, even though I was deep in his slipstream. So get into the braking zone, pull up onto his back bumper, and I noticed one car off to the right. Get a Gretty pass. All right, pick up a position coming up the hill. Another car disabled in the middle of the road. Grab another Gretty pass. That was another Alfa driver. And so what happened here? Well, Jay Bauer misses his braking point, almost threads the needle there, but not able to. Let's take another look at that from Distinct Avi's point of view. Look at this. Watch. Here comes the Ferrari. You can hear it coming. Sends it through that hits SV cantilever in the back. He then hits Mick Guiardi from behind, knocks him off the track. Just total mayhem there in the S-curves going up the hill at the end of the lap. So on to lap number 3. Greddy picks up 2 spots due to some fantastic Greddy passing there. And all I want to do again is get right on that Lexus's rear bumper and have him just keep me up there with this group. Mistakes are often made here at Road Atlanta. I want to be in a position to take advantage of those mistakes. And as we come uphill on this left-hander, I notice car off to the left. This Distinct Avi, get a Greddy pass. What happened with the Distinct driver right there? Well, we'll have to go back and take a look. So he's coming up the S's. He gets onto the curbing there. He's got a nice run on cantilever. Gets into his quarter panel, slides off the left, and ooh, that is going to hurt into the wall. A little insta-death there for Distinct Avi. Not good. You know, avoids the death from the Ferrari driver, only to lose it there on that uphill left. What the heck is an uphill left? There's no such thing. Now I've got the Porsche on my back bumper. I'm like, it's a Porsche. He can't get by me, but I better get over here to the right just to make sure. Battle of the 2 slowest cars on the track right there, folks. Greddy able to hold off the hard charging game, and on to lap number 18. Not a whole heck of a lot happened in the middle, as I pretty much just lapped by myself. And then as I come around on lap number 18, you'll see in the rearview mirror Mick Duarte, who wrecked earlier, is on my back bumpers. I had made a little bit of a mistake in the S's, causing myself about 2.5 to 3 seconds, putting him back in striking position. Now he's in my slipstream. I'm going to take the right-hand side, the short distance side of the track, hoping I can hold him off here before the braking zone, but he gets alongside me, passes me in there, and takes the corner nicely. But I do get a really good exit on him as we come uphill under the overpass, and now I've got to run on him coming downhill. I'm pulling on the other Alfa in the slipstream, so I'm going to make a move to the right, go down the inside of Mick Duarte, heading towards the fast right-hander, playing a little chicken again. Greddy pulls it off, makes the pass stick. Nicely done. Now he's going to look around the outside. Not too wise of a position to be in. You don't really want to be alongside anyone there in those S's. On to the final lap. Can I hold off Mick Duarte? I'm going to butcher that name 1,000 times before I get it right. Down this long straight, he's well within my slipstream. Within a tenth, I'm like, I don't know if I should go to the left or go to the right, because it doesn't seem to matter which side I go to. He's going to get on by. So this time I tried the left-hand side of the track, give him the short distance, hope that I can hold him off and have the inside on the left-hander. No such luck. He gets the move done. Didn't want to take him out right there, so I backed off just a little bit, hoping I could get another good run on him coming up the hill. No such luck. Finish P11. Now, while that wasn't a terrible result considering where I started, it was not a good result for where I wanted to be points-wise. I came into this race saying, hey, I just got to beat 217 points. That should be pretty easy, and I end up with 200 points. And I can't lie, I'm pretty dejected, but I decide, you know what? I got to go again. So I jump in this lobby here, as you see, right in front of you. Again, pretty much the same lobbies before, a few different names swapped in and out. Again, I've got to qualify near the front. I've got to get this Alfa closer to the leaders, and I've got to stay in that slipstream if I want any chance of improving the points. The Group 4 Alfa just absolutely struggling. Now I'm sitting with a 25.642 currently. Got that crappy wind direction again that's blowing from behind through these S's that makes this Alfa a little squirrely through here. It's an MR car, short wheelbase. You get that wind blowing from behind, and it just pulls a little bit of confidence out of you. Now, just barely keep it within track limits there, avoiding a penalty. I'm up 0.08 of a second on my previous best lap. I'm sitting in P13 right now. P13 is not going to get it done. I need to finish this race P10, P9, P8, somewhere around there if I'm going to get better than those 217 points. So as we head down into the S's, I am actually up on this lap by about 0.2, and I'm feeling pretty good there. I get a really nice run coming uphill here at Road Atlanta into fourth gear. Going to hold it all the way to about 119 miles an hour. Then I'm going to switch it into fifth, come across the line with a 25-2. Super happy with that lap. Looked like I was going to be in P8 to start the race, but one more driver slipped up in front, and I get to start this one in position number 9, right behind Grove Street Racing. I also have Greasy Sam Squanch behind me. Now, I don't believe you know this, but last round, he was behind me in the first race that I ran. I did not do a video of that race, but when I tell you he was attached to my back bumper the entire race before he passed me. One thing Greasy can do, he may not qualify well, but that cat, he can follow a person like no one I've ever seen. I mean, I'm talking a few feet off my back bumper. And so I'm like, of all the people to have behind me, don't get me wrong, Greasy's super clean. I'm happy that he's behind me and not someone else, because I know he's not going to murder me. So that is great. But I also know that I'm not going to leave him, because he's going to stay attached to my back bumper the entire race. That causes me a little bit of anxiety, a little sweat, because, you know, now I got the pressure to help Greasy move up. Anyway, so trying to stay in the slipstream of the group here. I've got 6/10 to the driver in front, which is Grove Street Racing in the Ferrari. And again, as we go down this straight, they just pull away from this Alfa Romeo. It is so incredibly frustrating. Everyone else kind of gets to catch each other up, bunch it up on the straight. Not the Alfa. Alfa gets spaced out. Then I got to catch them here in the S. I've got to push it really hard through these S corners, which allows for mistakes to be made. When you have to push it hard through the corners, you tend to overdrive the car. Now, on to lap number 2. Greasy takes a look down the inside. So again, there we go. I brake late, make a mistake. Now I get a poor run up the hill. The Cayman, also a very good cornering car, an MR car as well. And he gets a nice run on me heading downhill. And I'm thinking, is he going to be able to make a move? Looks like he looks at the inside, but then I realize he's just defending against the driver behind him, which is the Dodge Viper of Esteban V. Esteban makes the pass on Greasy. Now he's all over the backside of me, hits me from behind there on the right-hander, pushes me a little bit wide, and then we head down the straight. He is going to get a really good run on me because, well, A, I didn't get a very good exit because he hit me from behind there, and B, the Alfa is just really slow. So I figure, you know what, he is in a really big hurry up there to get up front, so we're going to let Esteban go, and hopefully he can pull us up towards the front of the pack with that Dodge Viper. Well, as you can see, as I exit out the S corner, again, have a terrible S when I need a good one. Typically, I'm pretty quick through that section, but for some reason, you know, sometimes you get the ips. For some reason, you just lose the feel of the car or the track, whatever you're racing on. Now I've got Greasy right here within 2/10 of the back bumper. He is, again, just all over the back of my car. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but Greasy does stream on YouTube, Greasy Sam Squanch. So you can go check out his live stream and you can watch it from his point of view. And I got to tell you what, you have a really, really nice view of the backside of my livery from his point of view. He is right up close. Now, Esteban B goes wide here on the left-hander. It's going to give him a half-second penalty. You'll see it pop up here in just a second. There it is. Now, as we go into the double right-handers, the double 90s, the double Dagners, whatever you want to call them, he goes a little bit wide, which allows me to catch up to him in this second right-hander. I have got Greasy attached to me. Again, he's got the trailer hitch hooked up, and he's following me right along. So we are both going to get a nice run here on V Motors Esteban V, which is good for me because that means if we can both get by Esteban, then he'll be messing with Greasy and not with me. On to lap number 5. Still got Greasy right there on the back bumper as we're heading up the hill, coming downhill now. Look at that. He is within 2/10 as we go through the right-hander and cross the start-finish line. He is actually going to make a good run. Looks like he get a little turbo boost there. Not really sure what happened, but all of a sudden he popped out to the right and was alongside me. He was like, crap, I should take the inside line. So he makes a really nice move down the inside. Excellent job. Well done there by Greasy in that fast right-hander. Now, as I come over the curve there, I hit it too square. Car pops up in the air, and then I lose the front end. And so then not only does he make the pass, he starts to pull away from me. Old Gretty just gripping the wheel a little too tight. Need to relax, put in some good quality fast laps. On to lap number 7. Hit that curb square again. You see that front end pop up. I'm unable to turn in when it does that. Plus, I have a poor angle at the next left-hander. Just a mistake. It's such a rhythm track. But Greasy goes too narrow through that right-hander, cuts too much curb, picks up a 1-second penalty. Now this time, Esteban Villa, I gave him a chance to scurry on off in the distance. He did not. He took a penalty, so I will defend the right-hander. Plus, he hit me from behind coming out of the second diagonal. I wasn't too pleased with that. He absolutely launches it down the inside. I don't know why he could not just wait and pass me on the straight. It's the Alfa. I don't know. So he slows us both down. I'm like, great, watch, just not be able to get past Greasy now. So I look down the inside just to get him to think about me. And I see Greasy's over the left, so I'm like, no, I'm going to take Greasy's slipstream there and see if I can't get alongside this Dodge heading into the left-hander up here. So as we're coming downhill down the straight, I'm actually alongside the Viper, and I'm going to leave it right there on his quarter panel, make him take a poor line, do so very well. Then I get a better run coming up the hill than the Dodge Viper into fourth, now into fifth. Now it's Gretty's turn to use the slipstream and get on by somebody. So I actually have a run on someone in a fast part of the track, go down the inside of Esteban V, in through the fast right-hander, hold it in tight, make sure he has enough room, but he slips in behind us, hoping he's going to hold it around to the left there, but he did not. Just gave him a good run up through this section. Take this corner a little bit better. Finally, don't hit that stupid curb square and pop up in the air. So you just keep that left side of the wheels on the ground. You get a much better exit. Now, as we come out of, or as we come into this left-hander, I go up through here. He is going to hit me from behind there, drive me wide. I've got to let off the gas and then get back on it. And then that causes, or that enables Greasy to get on by again as well. And then now I've got Lisa Salters behind me in the other Alfa Romeo. So wasn't, again, very pleased with V Motors hitting me from behind to get by me. He could have gotten by me without doing that. That's what aggravates me more than anything. He could pass me cleanly. He was faster than I was around here. All he had to do was set up the pass and execute it. So instead, it feels a little dirty to me. Now, Greasy went on by. He didn't do anything. That was a clean move there by Greasy, so no worries there. All right, a little further up in the race, we're going to focus in here on Greasy's. You see he cuts that corner just a little bit too much. Another mistake by Greasy in this race. You see he picks up the 1 second penalty. I was so excited I almost cut the next left-hander. Now he is 1.4 seconds up front, but that 1 second penalty is going to translate well into more than 1.4 seconds as it slows that car down so much. I easily go on by before the next braking zone, and so does Equus Ferrum in the Corvette. Now, where did Equus come from? I have absolutely no idea, as you know, I had Lisa Salters behind me in the other Alfa Romeo. So Equus able to work his way up from the back into P9, so well done by him. Now you notice he's got a little train of cars there behind him, so I got to keep those folks at bay. Lap number 17, the Dodge Viper of V Motors Esteban, out of control, loses it, get a Gretty pass. So after all that hard work there by V Motors, he loses it in the S's, and he goes right to the back of the queue. So that puts us in P7 on lap 17. Basically 3 3/4 lap to go, and I've got Greasy Sam Squanch right there. As I was going through those S's, that Dodge Viper distracted me just enough to cause me to lose a little bit of time through there, and that allowed Greasy to get into my slipstream. That is not what I wanted, because I know how quick Greasy is when he is behind someone. I'm telling you, he's got good race pace. If he could just get the qualifying down, I tell you what. All right, on to lap number 18. I've got 0.4 seconds between me and Greasy, and look at him come as he's coming up the hill. He is really making a nice run there now within 2/10. Now, what I don't know is Distinct Avi's coming up from behind in the McLaren. He's like, go, Gretty, just go. Let's get away from this McLaren. And all I can think about is getting away from the Porsche Cayman behind me. So on to lap number 19. 2 laps to go. Again, Greasy just right there on the back bump. We go purple sector on lap 19 through sector 1. The two of us are absolutely flying and battling as we come down through the final 2 laps here at Road Atlanta in round number 2 of the Manufacturers Cup. Both of us desperate for points, and I'm able to hold him off there on lap 19. Lap 20, again, right there within 4/10, and I know he's quick through this section, so I'm like, get onto the throttle right there at the apex, throttle out of there, hold him off. He goes a little bit deep into corner 1 as we head uphill into the S's. I need a nice curb there. I get it okay when I don't bounce around too much, able to still hold him off from 3/10 back. And then I know this section is where I've been struggling all day with that wind from behind. I just could not get the rhythm down. Did not take it well right there. Just missed my mark. Now he is right there within 2/10 as we head towards the right-handers, the double Dagners. I know the Porsche doesn't have very much leg, so I want to get a really good exit right here. Get on the brakes. Greasy brakes a little late, hits me from behind, pushes me forward, but then releases the gas. He did not want to make the pass after hitting me from behind like that. So tip of the hat to Greasy for some good sportsmanship there. Now into the final section where he can maybe make a run on me, make something happen. Into the final uphill section through the S's there. Able to hold him off. Able to hold off that fast charging Greasy Sam Squatch for a P7 to finish the race. Extremely pleased with that considering the strength of this car. Finished right there behind the Myth Duarte driver who was in P6. And finished in front of Lisa Salters in the other Alfa Romeo 4C. Get 250 points. That's great. That is going to move me up 95th in North America and Central South America rankings. First in Louisiana, first for Alfa Romeo in North America. Overall rankings for Alfa Romeo in North America and Central and South America, third. That's right, number 1 in the U.S. already, in front of some pretty fast drivers. So pretty happy with that. Hope you enjoyed the races. Hope you enjoyed all the action. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back and check out some more. For myself, go Grady. Y'all have a great evening.